I'm Brooke, and today I'm starting a new series where I cook and bake my way through this 2009 cookbook. I'm tired of making the same old things on repeat, so I wanted to do something new. So once a week, my family will choose one dinner and one dessert I've never made before, and together, me and you, following these recipes, will make it together. For our first recipe that my son chose that we're gonna make together are these lemon bars. To start the lemon bars, it calls for 1 cup butter, which is 2 sticks. So we're gonna put those right into a large mixing bowl. And then it calls for a 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. And then it calls for 2 teaspoons of the lemon skin grated. So we are just gonna eyeball this. I'm not gonna measure it out to be specific. And then once we have that, it says to mix this together until it's light and fluffy. So I have it nice and fluffy now. So now it calls for 1 3/4 cup all-purpose flour. And then it said to slowly add that in. And then it called for 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So we're gonna sprinkle that in. And then we're just gonna in slow increments mix this together while we keep adding the flour until 1 3/4 cup is mixed into it. Okay, so now we have the flour completely incorporated and mixed in. So now it says to take a 13x9 baking sheet and we need to grease it. So I'm just going to use a little extra virgin olive oil spray to spray the bottom so nothing sticks. And then it says to take this mixture and press it into the greased pan, and then we're going to bake it. Okay, so I tried to do this as evenly as I possibly could all across the bottom. So then it says once it is pressed into the bottom of a greased pan, it's gonna go in the oven for 350 for 13 to 15 minutes. Now while that is cooking in the oven for the 13 to 15 minutes, you're gonna get another large bowl and you're going to put 4 eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then after that, you're going to put 1 1/2 cups of granulated sugar. So I already measured that out. We're gonna add that to our bowl. And then we are going to do 1/4 cup all-purpose flour, which I already measured that out. And we'll add it to the bowl. And then after that, you are going to need a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. So I have our baking powder and we need a 1/2 teaspoon. I'll measure that out, put it in the bowl. And then we need, how much was this? Is lemon juice. So 1/3 cup of lemon juice. So this is from a lemon and I just squeezed it. It's 1/3 cup into the mix. And then we need 2 tablespoons of grated lemon peel. I got my peeler and now we need, it says 2 teaspoons of grated lemon peel. So I'm just going to eyeball that part as well. I'm not going to measure that out perfectly. And then once you have everything in this bowl, we are going to mix everything together. It says beat until frothy, and then we're going to pour this onto the hot crust that comes out of the oven. So I'm just gonna stir this until it gets nice and frothy. Okay, I'm pulling the hot crust out of the oven. It was baking for 14 minutes. And then I stirred our mixture until it was nice and frothy. And now it says to pour over the crust this mixture. So we're gonna just add it right to the hot crust, it says. Don't let it cool or anything, you just add it straight to the crust. All right, and now back in the oven it goes for 20 to 25 minutes, and I'll show you what that looks like once that's done. Okay, I just pulled my lemon bars out of the oven, and it says to cool them down on an oven, on a metal rack. So we are going to leave them here to cool, and then once they are cooled down, then you top them with a little bit of powdered sugar. So we're gonna let them cool, and then we'll powder sugar them. And just like that, the lemon bars are done. I let them cool, topped them with a little bit of powdered sugar, cut them in any size pieces that you want, and now we get to try it. That is so good. My son's gonna love these, and I hope you guys do too. The full recipe will be in my comments or down below.